Welcome to this episode or this live stream of the Lion Knight's Castle. It has been quite a while since I've actually done this build, and I've just lost track of it, to be honest. I was doing lots and lots of other things, and it fell to the wayside, and it got shoved in the cupboard to get out of the way of my girls, and yeah, I haven't. Oh, I've got some feedback as well from my own phone. um, I have got the chat going. I don't know why it's not appearing in my top right hand corner up there. For some reason it's not liking the URL I give it. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're going to talk anyway. Chat's available elsewhere, so just have a little look. I have got the phone here, so if you want to say hi, ask any questions, feel free to. This set is rather dusty, so you might see me dusting it from time to time as I'm actually building it because it sat out for a little while. Sorry, I'm looking for something I can actually dust it with. Oh, I have been blowing it a bit. Now that's going to sound strange. Blue tack's actually a really good duster, but it does ruin your blue tack. Right. So what have we got on here today? You've probably seen my head right now. I should have put the camera there actually, and then you get a better view. Right. So along the bottom of this live stream, you can see lots and lots of little pictures. You probably can't see very many at the moment. Only the couple of test shots I did. And the bottom right corner, you can see the lovely view we have from this camera. You can't actually see it, but you can see it on my GoPro. And up here, this big one, I've just got the set in shot so you can see exactly what's going on. This one will be a lot more live than this. As you can see, this isn't even updating, probably because I haven't got the live view open, and I really should. But I'm going to come off of OBS. I'm going to close down Chrome. Sorry, just doing some technical wizardries here, just so I can see what photos I'm taking, because that's more important than anything else. Like I say, I've got my phone going, so if you want to chat away, I'll hopefully see messages. If I don't see it straight away, just hang on a few minutes and I'm sure I will. Right, first things first, blue tacking down the set. I mean, this set's actually got quite heavy now, so it generally doesn't move. But there's nothing worse than when you're doing stop motion or you're watching a stop motion and you can see the set moving and bits just not being where they should be. You know what, I was thinking I'll move this around in this sequence, but I'm not so sure I'm going to. So I might blue tack it down and this might be it. I'm actually going to blue tack this over all the way over here because I've noticed the X-Wing set that I built in my last lot of stop motions is bloody awful. So I should actually look on there to get an idea. The X-Wing set is absolutely bloody awful for staying together, and I'm going to review that, and I'm going to slate it for being so rubbish in that sense. But there we go, yeah, you can see now that the bottom screen doesn't update as quick as the top. Anyway, that's not why we're here for bag 13. Now, I'm quite tempted to actually just put all the bits and pieces, I'm going to put my mouse there, onto the mat here, because you're not going to see it. I'll normally put it down here. But let's go with that. I'm going to put it in front of me. I'm going to test. So this is a completely new, not completely new, but this is a new studio for me to be building on. So it's a little different. And I'm a bit worried there's little things I'm going to knock. I am in the process of, this is a set of drawers currently. I'm going to have it as a proper worktop. But let's crack on and do some building, because these bags generally take about an hour. I'm just going to check that it's not in camera shot, it's not affecting the shadows. It looks really, really good, and that's what's important. So I might even be able to have the manual in front of me, which is going to be a bonus. So one of the reasons I really want to change everything around is because it's quite tricky sometimes to work out where to put everything. Oh, there's a problem with the server. Does that mean we're still going? Oh, thanks, GRF. I cannot read that. You know who you are. Yeah, I can't wait to get this one out. This is halfway, and I started this in January, February. No, I haven't actually touched this build for ages, so I'm hoping I'm going to smash this out in a couple of weeks. There you go, said it now. I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. I've got the X-Wing build actually coming as well. That's basically there, but I just haven't quite got finished. The video is 90% the way there. There was a few errors and different bits and a few flickerings I had to fix in the post. So that will be coming out soon as well, which was obviously the last lot of live streams I did after I was doing this one originally. God, this castle's got really dusty really quickly. Right. I'm trying to work out what camera I've got where. So there is a minifigure in this one. I'm going to put the manual here as well. You might be able to see it. I can't 100% tell what can be seen and what can't be seen on camera. I've just got to make sure. Right, so no, that is appearing on my actual camera, which is no good. So I tell you what, if I move the keyboard can sit on me. Then I can have the manual there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. But yeah. Why did you name yourself that? What is it? Yeah, I mean, the main thing for me for this castle is actually I just want to get it built because I want to play with my daughters with it. They've been desperate. They've actually been playing with it already, and I've had to put a few pieces back together here and there. Right, so there is a minifigure. I don't know if you can see this being built or not, but it's another woman. I'm pretty sure this is the same head as the blacksmith. So there's an archer in the blacksmith, and she has this exact same face with the wink. I'm sure of it. I have to check. I'm trying to think where they are. No, I think they've been. Oh no, there she is. So I'm going to pop her there for a minute. I'm going to check this out before we get building. See, I knew exactly where she was. She was available. Right, is it the same? Yeah, it's the same woman. So there you go. This should be a stop motion like her from being in the medieval blacksmith, which apparently is supporting the Black Falcons, to now supporting the Lion Knights. And if we turn her around, again, I don't know how well you can see this, she's got that same winky face. So there we go. Medieval blacksmith and one of the heads in the Lion Knights. Exactly the same face, and they're both archers. That's cool. There's a lot of female representation in this castle, which is good compared to old ones. That's always one way to do it, isn't it? Just mash the keyboard and then see what you get. I think that's how I create all my passwords. No, totally not. Right, why does that not look? Oh, it does look. Okay. And also in this one, so I'm going to build these minifigures separately. There's a separate video for this going to be, or a separate live stream. I'm releasing each bag at the moment as I go. So how do you explain this? As I build a bag, I'm then releasing it as a video. There will be a complete video by the end, but right now I'm just doing each one just to partly see how it comes out. There we go. We've got, oops, I'm looking at the wrong screen, but Little Lamb and an Archer Woman. They are today's minifigures. I'm going to build her, like I said, in stop motion another time. But let's get on with the build itself. Oh, and straight off, we're not building on... Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I'm just looking at the build and what we're doing. We're not building on the castle, but I'm obviously going to. I'm just working out how this is going to work. If it's going to work out, I think it will. Let's try it. Right, also, this is the point of why I haven't been getting on as well. I've switched from doing phone stop motion to using a proper camera. Reason being, quality is higher. it also makes it a bit harder to edit, but I will. When I started this stop motion, I was using the phone. I've been debating for ages, do I continue with the phone or do I switch? I'm going to try switch today. I'm going to review the video after this and decide if I need to unbuild bag 13 and then restart, but we'll see. We will see indeed. Right. Let's do a plain shot first before we start anything. Make sure all our focus and everything is correct. I think it looks good. I might just slightly change it. There, that's really crisp. Another reason, because these, obviously, because the quality is a lot higher, I can. Oops, I'm concentrating now. I've already lost my chain of thought. Because the quality is a lot higher of the camera, I can do things like zooming in and bits in post, and it's not as bad because this essentially is sort of roughly 5K when it takes a photo. And if you've ever watched my live streams before, I always place a brick on there, take a photo. I don't know if you can hear the photos taking, and then put the brick down. And what that does is it gives a sense of the bricks actually being built in the stop motion rather than just randomly appearing in their correct positions. Sometimes like this one, it's a bit more tricky. So I'm just gonna slightly push it down, so it is a bit more down than normal, and then push it down all the way. And then what we're going to do next, these little end bits, my god, this is going to be tricky. See, this probably won't be too visible on the, if you heard that sound, that was the sound of a little brown piece falling all the way through the castle. And I'm hoping this spares, because there's no way I'm finding that right now. Not without moving it. Right, so in this exception, is there a blur on the screen? So I'm just going to check this. There's a really weird haze on the actual screen, on the actual photos. But there's nothing on the camera lens that I can see, and I think it's just the lighting. Getting lighting correct for stop motion is actually really, and for Lego especially, it's just really hard. Alright, we're going to make a really cool piece here, so that's going to go on there. It's going to clip down. Now, this might not work. Little bit of movement, big bit of movement. Right, that is hitting that. Right, I'm going to cheat. Really big bit of movement, so that's not currently on. Really big bit of movement. And then little movements as we slow down for this stop. And what I'm going to do is have the guy climb up there at the end, I think. So I like to add in little bits of stop motion, a little bit of actual animation into these, which is difficult actually. With some of the Star Wars stuff I've done recently, it's been a bit more difficult. But I'm hoping with the castle, if you watched my Royal Knights castle, there was actually some really cool bits of stop motion in there. Anyway, let's get building. Now I always say this, but I'm probably not going to fully follow the instructions. So, oops, there we go. Yeah, see, we cheated, we did it a different way. So now the instructions are building over this side. I'm going to ignore that because I want to build up this side first, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to repeat what I need to do for the other side. Might get a bit confusing for me, but oh well. Now if you are watching along, feel free to chat. I'm just skipping forward in the instruction manual currently, just seeing what needs to be done, what needs to be built. Yep, so that is it. So I'm just going to purely focus on this side for now. And we've got one of these 2 bricks. These are really cool. So these are, instead of they're not a plate, they're not a brick, they're a 2-high brick. And I think they first came in this set. And you know what? If they'd been in the Sonic set, I've probably said this before, but if they'd been in the Sonic set, it would have made it so much easier. Right, and a 4. Oh, what's going on here? Why can I put a 4 in here and there's not? Because we haven't done that side. So there needs to be one of these here. Clips down. And then we're going to put the 4 in. Again, just always doing these little brick drops just to make it look really, really smooth and cool. And definitely, I think I don't know if you agree, but the quality of my videos has improved so much from doing these brick drops. And just having it look like the bricks are falling into place as opposed to just appearing. So much so that in November, when it's going to be a year since I started the channel, I'm planning on redoing my first video, which is something that's quite exciting me actually. So it was my first video on YouTube was the Sheriff's Office from the 1996 set, which was a Sheriff's Office in 1996 Western collection, I guess you'd say. That was actually probably, other than the castle themes, probably my favourite sets as a kid. But obviously Star Wars came out when I was getting to the age where I didn't care for Lego so much, and so I didn't get too many Star Wars things in the early 2000s, unfortunately. Too busy chasing girls. Probably failing. Right. Oh, what happened there? When did we get another brick in that bit? I didn't see that. Yeah, so I'm planning on redoing that very first stop motion I did, but in my new style, if you would, in really make it come to life, add more stop motion elements. There was tiny bits in there actually, but I probably didn't get the lighting right, I didn't get the speeds right, I didn't get the attention span right. I think it'd get a fair few views considering it's my first video, but oops. Yeah, I really want to redo it, and then if there's enough interest from that, I might redo the whole of the Western series, which is probably a really, really stupid idea, as I actually have a ton, I'm not joking, a ton of Lego sets to build currently. So I have Groot, which I've been meaning to build, which I'm planning on doing next. So my current plan is to really start hitting hard with this castle, getting this one out, releasing the bags one by one, and then releasing the whole set. But once I've done that, I want to start on the Groot Lego. So, and especially now I've seen the Venomized Groot, that is awesome. I just want to so I really want to make him dance, if that makes sense. I want to build him, but you know, if you've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy, you've seen the end credit scene, Groot is in there dancing, and that's how I want the set to build. I'm really worried about the lighting here. Am I overexposing this slightly? I'm hoping not. I'm keeping a close eye on it on the monitor there as well. Same monitor, it's not really a monitor, is it? It's just the laptop screen. I need to put a monitor there. That's where it needs to be. Right, toppings. I love the battlements of Newcastles. I keep trying to. So first, I'm starting a castle quarters stop motion. So it's going to be skits, essentially. Funny skits is the idea. Whether it works is another question. But I really, really wanted to make some little sets which would just sort of work really well. Concentration to do this at the same time as talk. But I was making battlements. I was looking like, what's different about the battlements Lego do now? And yeah, it's these sort of toppings. They just look really cool. In fact, they're over there, mine. But they're coming along. Anyway, this is starting to really take shape. I think I'm going to add in a little piece of stop motion in a minute. Why did I just hear Lego dropping? How is that possible? Probably because there's something like 30,000 bricks in this room. Right, is that it for that side? What's going on that hook? Okay, can we see the... We can. So, she is going to climb. So I'm just getting her ready. Just getting her in position. I'm going to take an extra photo. And then I'm going to stand up. Probably knock my microphone off. Probably not the camera. What I'm going to do is try and make it look like she's climbing up the ladder. Which is actually surprisingly hard. I'd have done it before. Even harder with this sex, apparently it doesn't want to stay still. Let's just ping the ladder off for a minute. It's weird, sometimes it is actually just easier in general to take stuff off when you're doing stop motion. So I'm going to be a bit quiet for the next few minutes probably as I sort of concentrate and focus on this. This is going to be our first little stop motion piece in this bag. And this is going to take all night actually. I'm giving it with this. Hang on, I'm going to put a rung higher. It's actually really, really awkward because of her position. Because of the position of the castle. I don't know I'm going to get the... So when I put this on, I need to hold it there-ish. Yeah, my God. Right. Let's try a different approach. So instead of actually placing her hands on the ladder, like I normally would, I've actually resorted to getting her just to sort of wedge, which I probably could use some blue tack for actually, now thinking about it. Oh, apparently the ladder moved on that one. Right, I'm just going to go back and we'll delete that file. So, okay, it's not as bad. I'll delete that one. Okay. And then as she comes up, I'm just going to again wedge her once more. Gonna have a bit there. And then there. And then she can do some yoga pose. The reason I'm sort of adding these bits in is just to right, so we've got there we go. Now, that's quite interesting. So a lot of these minifigures, oh, hello. Well, thank you very much, Phoenix Curtis. And hello, Cyclone. Sorry, I've been really focused on the little stop motion part. I'm just adding in at the moment. Oh, don't knock my set. This is, was it 10305, the Lion Knights Castle, the big £350 roughly, I think it is, castle, 330 maybe. So it's the one where this all opens up. Actually, I'll show you. It's on the front of the manual. So it's this set just here that I'm currently building. It is awesome. I have been actually building it since February, but I've done a UCS Starship and stuff like that since. So I've got excuses. But it's a very cool set. Right, I'm just going to have her head turn. So all I'm doing at this moment, I went really quiet because I was really focusing on just getting her to climb up the battlements, because we've just built this little tower, and now I'm just getting her to turn her head slightly. There we go. And maybe one more. So my next thing I'm going to do is just use that winky face here, because she does a little wink. I'm just going to keep her hands on the battlements. I'm really looking forward to getting this set complete. It's, well, as a castle set, it's absolutely awesome. I loved the castles when I was a kid. And my daughters have actually played with some of my old Lego, so they're looking forward to me finishing this as well. Right, there we go. Just going to do 2 photos of that. And then move her head back round. And she can stay looking across us for a while. And then in a little while, when I remember, I'll move her head back. So, don't know how well you'd have seen that on the video, but I'm still really baffled why I haven't got a YouTube chat when everything's correct. But yeah, thank you very much for your sub there. That's awesome. I'm growing every day. And So I was really confused. I've got a message saying hi, but I assume it's on a different video. I'm actually planning on, I keep saying this, but I haven't got around to it. The last few weeks have been absolutely manic for me. Planning on doing a stop motion competition soon. So if you are into actually doing this yourself, or you want to have a go, look out for that video because it will be coming soon, I promise. Right, let's just see. This is still in shot. This is on our right hand side. Is that really in focus? Whoop, don't knock the camera. Let's just see. Did we have much movement there because I knocked the camera? None at all. That's fine. Right. There we go. Now I've been doing a lot of movements in this so far, but I don't think for this bit I'm necessarily going to. Not at the moment anyway. Maybe at the end of this shot. And currently I'm just trying to trap all the dust in between the bricks from where this sat for, what, 3-4 months has it been? Probably longer. Real shame. It was actually, I had some people staying, which is, I lost the use of the studio for a few days and they had a little kid, so I wasn't leaving the set with the child. So it moved to another room for a little while, at which point I had other little projects going, and then yeah, I just didn't continue on with this set. But if you have any questions about stop motion or how we build this or anything else Lego related really, please feel free to ask. I mean, it's weird. I think I've learned in the last 6 months loads and loads of techniques about stop motion. And I think sometimes I don't even realise I'm doing it. Right, in a minute I'm going to start her head turning back. That's this. Right, what's going on here? Right, so what I've done, I did mention this earlier in the video, but I'll just mention it again now in case you've skipped forward or you're watching afterwards or whatever. I've built this left-hand tower and now I'm building the right-hand tower. The right-hand tower is going to be a lot bigger and I'm hoping I'm going to get it all in shot. I might have to do some movements to do that. And it does have a little bell which goes in it, which totally reminds me of Age of Empires. If you've ever played that game, they always ring the town bell. I actually take 2 pictures per brick. So if you notice, so that this one here, put the brick on, just gently on the stud. Whoops. Please don't say I've lost that into the castle. Yeah, there it is. I've already lost one tiny piece into here, but it didn't matter. So what I do is I place the brick on. If you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but essentially it's not down all the way, it's just slightly placed on top. Take a picture, push it down, take another picture. And that's, so it's 2 pictures per brick. So if you think this is, what, 3,500, 4,500 pieces. So that's 9,000 photos for this set alone, not including any movements, not including any stop motions I had in, like that woman turning her head, not including mistakes, which happen quite often. And then I make that into a 12 to 15 frames per second video. So yeah, it's a lot of photos. These stop motions take a long time. There's 26 bags in this, I want to say, and it's been taking me roughly about an hour per bag. Well, that was months ago when I was building it on using a different camera actually as well, so it might even be longer by the time. I don't know, this is a lot easier now. So I used to do it with a little headphones sort of jack thing, So I'm just going to focus for 2 seconds just to make sure I can take this off actually, and then put this one on. I'm going to twist this one in because I can't get it to hold. Technically, I think I did. So back probably roughly February, March time, I was building this one. I did multiple streams then. This is the first stream since I've restarted building this castle. There are some older ones, but I've built like the TIE Bomber and the X-Wing and something, I think it was an Indiana Jones. I've done all those in live stream as well in between. I've just started, because I've decided to get back on this, I've just started releasing this as videos bag by bag as well, just partly to gain some interest actually, because obviously the more interest there is in this, the easier it is to do. So I've got another 13 bags to go, so I need the motivation to keep going and to stream it all probably. But yeah, this is my first, other than I did a minifigure one a couple of days ago, this is my first live stream in a while. It's actually hard work to do. It's midnight. Oh no, it's 11 o'clock here. That's cool. Thank you very much for joining. That's anyone joining. That's awesome. And I will be doing more of these. I'll probably be doing them a lot earlier as well. Generally, I decided to do it late today. I wanted to get on with a bag. Right, can you see that on the video? I'm trying to work out what you can and can't see. Thanks very much. Right, let's pop that one on. And let's do this. So I'm trying to work out, I think this is making windows. I'm just trying to work it out. Not window, like, I assume it's the open sort of arches around the bell. I haven't quite worked out what we're building here yet. I did glance forward and I remember seeing that there's a bell in this. So I was saying, it really reminds me of Age of Empires 2, and you rang the town bell to get everyone to hide. I'm definitely putting that into a video at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure you can really see what's going on this camera at the moment, so this bit might have to be sped up. Says okay, and that one's facing inwards. So there we go. Let's start to get some bricks down because that'll be a lot better. And then that, oh, can't be a 4, it must be a 3. Debating whether to do a slight rotation of this castle so you can just see a little bit more. So I'll have a look into that in a few minutes because this bit is okay. I'll make sure I don't put my arm in the way of the light. Oh. I thought I hit love on my video, but apparently it just gives me a love heart. Right. Next page. What's going on here? Oh, that's those cool things. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to... So what I'm going to do is just slowly... So whenever you do any movement in stop motion, you want to do little movements. And then you can start to speed them up to slightly bigger movements. And what I want to do is just have this, she can start to face forward. You got to remember when you do something like this as well to actually keep track. So I'm moving the castle, then moving her. Move the castle, move her. Because otherwise, yeah, see that looks quite nice there. So we're going to move her, I'm going to do one tiny last movement and move her again. She's going to put her arms down because she's quite annoying how she's standing. Go, and you can just do your last bit of facing forwards. Right, and now we need to get blue tack and re-blue tack everything down so it doesn't move again. Obviously it's likely to be in multiple positions now, but I'm just going to find it and squeeze it. Luckily, because we're now focusing on the top of the castle, it doesn't matter that it's sort of smudged over the backing paper too much. The only thing that is a problem, we've got a bit of shading at the back, but there's not a lot I can do about that right now. I'm also just going to gently refocus and take a photo. You can put your arm back down, love, if you can. There we go. Right. Like I was saying a minute ago, actually, 9,000, probably at least 9,000 pictures. However, we probably just added 10 in there just for the adjustments. Right, so that's going there. I love these bricks. I don't even know what they're called. I don't know how to find them, but I want some because they just look amazing. I need some for any like little mocks and sets I build. Just various stop motions. Like I said, my big plan at the moment is actually creating a series of stop motions for the castle theme. So if that's something you like, go have a look at my current, I'm going to call them my practice videos. So I've been doing a few just little shorts, sort of 30-second stop motions, various animations, testing voicing, testing fighting, that sort of thing that I want to bring to life. I did pop out one called The Castle Quarters Episode 1 the other day, which, as if you can't guess, that indicates there will be an Episode 2. And yes, that's going to be more planned than the ones in there. And obviously there's going to be an Episode 3, of course, because everyone's going to love it and it's going to make my channel explode and everyone's going to want me to do more. Dreams, eh? Did I just take a photo of that? Either way, let's start putting one here. I really cannot wait to see this built in full. It's hard because you know when you build something in stop motion it's going to take you that much longer. But at the same time, you know it's going to look really cool when the video does get finished. I'm also going to post, so if you are really interested in this one, I'm going to post this, probably post at bags 12 and 13, potentially 11, 12, 13, because I can't remember if I added a divide between the two in my file system. So it might be quite hard to work out. But because I've changed studio, because I've changed camera, so I'm using different backing paper, my lighting's probably a lot brighter. I've got a different camera which is completely different settings to what I was using previously. The chances are that it has changed. You know what, I've just had an idea. I love this sentence in here as well. Ah, shit. I mean, oh, I did not just swear on YouTube. Right, what we're going to do something I don't do very often. I'm going to take it back. Actually, we're going to take it back quite far. So apologies, I'm just going back and I'm deleting files currently. There we go. And what I'm going to do is take off all these bricks I've just put on. The reason I'm doing this is because I've suddenly realised it will look a lot better if... So I'm just going to double check. Yeah, there we go. It's weird, the lighting is changing ever so slightly every now and then. Anyway. So we're back to this image, back to here. And what I'm going to do is pop this one on here. So it's not going to be a big change, but what I'm not going to do is put in a little arch. That's going to come in after. And then we're going to put this one on here. Right. And then this one. So normally, in the instructions, which you can't see right now, you would build this piece separately and then you'd put it into your build. Because of what I want to do, which is make it look like the bell swings in, I unfortunately don't really have that option. Right, and so what I'm going to do here is that, and that, and I'm just going to push that in, move that rod over slightly. So that's quite cool, I think. Right, as with any hook piece, the best thing to do is send it flying into your set. So you lost it. Where did that go? Almost all the way down to the bakery. Right, take that picture quickly. Yeah, so when I push hooks half on, 99% of the time, they ping off. Right, that's good. Now this is hard. Hard mode engaged. So I don't want the hook to move too much. So I'm not going to put too many. Oh, this is confusing because it's being built the other way up. Right, there we go. Check my hands didn't end up in that photo. And actually, continuing on from that little chat we had earlier about the time it takes, the number of photos it takes, and the time. It really does take. I'm probably like do 2 or 3 bricks a minute, which is just mental, really. Right, and I'm going to read out what it says in the instruction manual in a minute, because if you are a castle fan, obviously, one of my big question on the scroll bar today is, what is your favourite castle faction? There we go, so look, we've got a bell. And it says on here, let's just make sure that's all the way down. This bell will do well to warn the townsfolk if the Woolpack marauders should return one day, ... Now that, you would hope, means that LEGO have some consideration that they will bring the Wolfpack back. Right, big movements, big movement. Right, obviously the bell was never going to fit through there. So, trying to keep its position. I'm now going to take the whole lot of bricks off. But in the stop motion, you hopefully... Now we're going to ding. Little movements. I'm going to do about 4 pictures per swing. I'm just going to have it swing back 2 or 3 times. And again, obviously in post-production, I will add a sound effect to this. A little bell doing like a really tiny one, nothing minor. Ding, ding, ding. No, I'll probably... So I don't know if you can see, I'm just making very tiny movements now just to show it's stopping. Now what I am thinking of doing for the final video is reading over the top of the sorry, I lost train of thought. Yeah, reading over the top of the stop motion build all of these little things that are in the manual, because I love them. It's really cool. It's really cool what some of the bits they've written. Yeah. God. Oops, where you gone? This does not want to push down just gently, does it? Let's do one side and then the other. That always works. I'm so glad actually I made that little movement earlier of the castle to capture this part of the build, because that really opened me up to be able to do this bell. Right, here we go. Now we've got to build the top. And hopefully we're actually going to be finished this bag soon. I'm sure you don't want the live stream to end, but at the same time, I want to get this build done. I do. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I actually am. If you can't tell, if I'm talking loads, I'm enjoying it. If I'm silent, I'm concentrating. If I'm not saying a word, and I'm not really concentrating, and it's a bit of a worry. Now this is going to be cool. So look, we're going to put these in all around. Obviously you're not going to see the back ones going, are you? Just trying to watch to see what I can and can't see. But I assume, well, they should never assume, oh, that's not the right type. That one is. There we go. Do you see that one? Just about. Just about. Let's make sure everything's pushed down. As the other thing with stop motion building, you generally are quite gentle with what you're doing, which doesn't mean you all, because you don't want to knock everything off, which doesn't mean you always put stuff there correctly. Right, this says times 12. Are we missing one? Was I supposed to put one in the middle? I think I was. Oops. Let's jump back. Yeah, I was supposed to put one there. One there. So that one, I got the wrong one. That was actually the one I should have put in. And then one here. And then yeah, so it says times 12, these little pieces. So I'm going to start here. Now sometimes I make things go a little quicker in stop motion. Sometimes I don't show you the full picture. So on this one, I'm probably not going to show the full picture. I'm probably going to do these. I hope that I didn't just put my hand in the way of the camera. No, that's fine. And then I'm just going to attach these one by one, because I think you'll sort of see them, but you won't really care about them going down. Now, I bet there's a reason that they do this after they put the plate on. I bet that reason is that there we go. So I'm going to just try these ones, just so even if you, there we go. There you go. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I want an ice cream. So yeah, like I said, stop motion building, I don't follow the manual. This step is much later, but I spotted it and I thought, I actually thought what goes onto these. A bit like I was wondering what goes on there, but I didn't see that yet. It might even be a part of the connecting the castle. But we're getting so close to finishing this tower. I really actually quite love the texture and the detail in this. It's so cool. It's just so good. Right. Obviously, not following instructions. I'm not building this separately. I need to now work out where this plate needs to sit. I think it sits on the holes, doesn't it? That's cool. Right. So I'm going to push that down, and I'm just going to straighten off any of these which are a bit wonky, just because it won't be lost in the movement. That one's a bit wonky. I can always fix the ones behind later. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, you normally when if you build stop motions, you're normally quite careful, because if you're not, you can quite quickly wreck your video by just being a bit heavy-handed and having the whole set move. So what I'm thinking of doing here actually is building up the back side so you actually see it from this point of view. And again, because this camera's fairly good quality, I can actually probably zoom in on this when it's being built, and I might well do. Obviously, my bag builds will be released just by the raw frames pretty much, but this one I'm thinking I will actually zoom in the final edit and just really show off up close what's going on up here. Probably quite a weird way to see it. Like, it'll probably look a bit strange on the video, like why is one side building and then the other side's going to build. But I love I don't know, smoothness of the battlements when we have these just looks so good. I mean, the only thing I would say it's a bit tiny shame is that obviously you lose. Right now I've got to work out what I haven't done. You do lose, obviously, some of the Lego look. I saw a post earlier which was about the Concorde actually, and someone had put why has the Concorde got these studs showing, and nobody actually had an answer other than because people want you to know it's Lego, and that's so true. Like, you need some studs showing. If you have it perfectly smooth and looking amazing, someone might actually go and walk into your house, see that model and think, God, that's a really cool model, not think that's some really cool Lego. And you know what we want you to know is Lego. We want you to know that we are adult collectors of Lego. I saw someone moan about this part actually of the castle once. They were saying that every single part of the castle can be reached other than this part. apparently has no stairway, no ladders, no anything, which makes it rubbish. But yeah, it's for the Assassin's Creed people, isn't it? It's where we go to hide before we jump down 20 floors and slit your throat with a dagger. That's the thing, people get too serious about this sort of stuff. You've got to use your imagination. Right, what? Using saying that, I think I now need to use my imagination of a piece that's not here. Is it 2? I must be blind. There it is. Hiding between the trees. There's a load of foliage actually. There's a load of trees here, so I'm assuming I've got something else to build yet. Right, times 12. Right, so now in the instructions we do that. Oh dear. Missed off this piece. Right, what will look better? Left to right or right to left? Left to right. Let's try that. So click that one down. Corner piece, and look at that. That is one cool turret. And actually you get a much better view on that GoPro, don't you? If it needs zooming in a bit, shout, because I don't know how well you can actually see what I'm building here. Like how much detail you can get. I'm trying to have a little look, but it's a bit hard sometimes because obviously I'm trying to watch a billion things. Where the hell is that tree going? Oh, it's going over there. No, you can't see that on that shot. I'm going to have to do that separately. But where's this chimney going now? So there's a chimney piece going here, which you cannot see. Oh god. How am I going to do this? I have to move it around again. I'm just going to check to see what else is happening. Right, so we're going to put some flags on. So I'm not going to build the chimney piece until I've done the flags. 3 flags. Got a 3rd flag to go on down there. And we're supposed to add the market still. And we're supposed to add some more trees. And then we start book 2. Okay. Let's do the flags. I love these. These black jousts. Jousts? Yeah. Right. Is this in focus? That's the question. It looks like it is. So I'm going to put these on in 3. So what I mean by that is 3 little movements, and then they will be on. And then the flag, probably a similar amount. So there we go. And now that one's there, the red flag can follow. Whoops. And we'll have that just a little bit down there. There we go, that looks cool. And then we're going to do the same over here. So this is really cool. We're getting the first few flags. Now I'm not sure, I haven't really looked forward enough, but the next part of the build, obviously we're going to be building like the big tower. So this tower is quite tall, as you can see, but there's an even bigger tower, which is above the main gate of the castle. And that, I really should put that camera there because I'd actually be able to look at it instead of there. You just see the side of my head as I'm chatting. If you do have any improvement ideas for the live streams, please shout up. No, what I was going to say is the next bit of the castle is even taller, I believe. I'm not quite sure how I'm necessarily going to film it. I'm sure I'll work it out. I'll probably just point a lot more downwards. Whoops. There we go. And that's really strange because these flags are now pointing the wrong way. So what we're going to do is have the wind blow them without blowing this bit round. Just having a bit of flutter in the wind. Of course, I didn't click though. These two sides are not in the same. Right, and now we've got these spiky bits. Spiky spikies. These dark pines are refreshing. They've never been such a dark shade of green before. And it's on about these, and these are the little trees, and I'm assuming that this is the first set these have come in. I can't guarantee that right now, but I shall check. What I am going to have to do is actually have all the flowers that we're about to add and the pines popping up, I think, because I'm not doing that right now as such. I'm going to do the flag here. So, where's the hook? There. And you know, it's some really cool, and when I say cool, I mean really cool, black lightsabers in this. And you're off the screen. Right, we're going to do one or two things here. Either a complete shot change, or can we zoom out? No, we can't zoom out far enough. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to not do a smooth movement here now. I'm going to move it separately completely. Close the castle up. Get that in focus. And once you're done, I might just drop down. And I can add that pine. Hopefully. I'm going to loosen my tripod off. There we go. Right. What I'm going to do is pop this on, but then I'm getting my flag out. How does this open? True, I totally haven't checked the GoPro. Whoa, cool! Look at all this. I love these printed things. I swear. Sorry, I've gone off complete tangent thought here. This is a bit of a shame. So this is only one-sided printing. Meanwhile, go back to 1995. So this is off the Royal Knights Castle. And we have two-sided printing. Good job I've got all my castle stuff in reach today. What about this big one? Even the big one. Now that, I'm sorry, that's a bit disappointing, Lego. It's a £300 set. Just print it on both bloody sides. You were doing it 30 years ago. Oh my god, it's 1995, nearly 30 years ago. That's scary. But yeah, that's a bit rubbishy. I'm just gonna move the GoPro slot. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Right, what I am gonna do, pop this on my castle. And it's gonna just rotate in. So now I've got a box of stuff I cannot lose as well. Just to add to the stress. Right, where does this pine go? So this is now what we're going to call the hard part. So what I will have to do is zoom this video in afterwards. I'm going to stop the movement there. I'm going to take this bit of blue tack off. And that one. So this is the point where I try and get a bit more secretive, if you would. So I've got blue tack on there. What I'm also going to have to do is zoom in post, because I don't know if you can see, but you can totally see the edge of my set. That's fine, because as it comes down, I can also zoom in manually, and then we'll pop this tree on, and then the set will rotate. Oh, fudge. I was supposed to build a chimney. Yeah, I buggered that up, didn't I? Oh, God. Right, so where are these bits? They're on the other side. So now, and do some. Let's do zoom to there. Oh, can you see the chimney? No. Where is that? There. push it down. Sorry, I've gone really silent because I'm just really focusing on planting some flowers. I just actually want to focus as like on here. I think it looks okay. Yeah, looks good. It's really hard sometimes because you're like, oh, is it in focus? Isn't it? I can't 100% say it's for sure what it's looking like. And I sort of look at the photos and my eyes almost go blurry sometimes. I mean, obviously, you're looking at it so much and you're looking at it in real life versus on a computer. It's just, yeah, it's hard. Right, and one just there, I want to say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. At this point. So it's going to freeze, it's going to be there. It's really cool actually, the pines. So that's there, so we've got 1, 2, 3, alright, it does say 4. Where's the 4th? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. We've added that. Yeah, that's probably right. That was good. That is almost just done. I'm going to add the chimney. I'm just debating how. I think I'm just going to have a really zoomed in shot suddenly of this. So if I do that, right, yeah, flattens out, zoom it right in, turn the castle. I mean, I could even potentially squeeze this in some. Probably can actually sort of not work. Maximum zoom. I was actually thinking maybe a little bit lower. So I'm almost looking into the castle. There we go. So if you can't see that, look at the bottom right and you'll sort of see what I'm doing with the camera, because obviously the GoPro doesn't really give you that view that you do get with the camera. Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to do 3 photos of that, and the reason being, just so I can then use it to blend it in and whatever. Right, so where's the chimney go? And obviously, whenever I do something like this, I then have to add little, like, slow it down, if that makes sense. So you have to sort of, sorry, I'm focused again. There we go. 1 chimney pot. It's weird, that bit's really delicate. 2 chimney pots. What's the gold bar used? Oh, for the bell. Sorry, I always worry. I know sometimes like, I've got spare parts. Why have I got spare? Okay, there's 2 spare parts I shouldn't have. Oh shit. Oh, that was lucky. There is actually 2 spare parts I probably shouldn't have here, which are 2 free 1x3 plates. That's a tad worrying. Why have I got spare 1x3 plates? I can accept the gold rod, I can accept the spike and the extra flowers, but not the 1x3 plate. This is so cute, this little lamb. Look at it, look at its cuteness. Right, let's just have a look back at what we've done today. Oh, actually, also we're supposed to put the marketplace inside the castle, so I think I will do that. I'm just trying to work out where should I have used 2 1x3 plates. I mean, that was right at the start we did some of that. Please don't tell me I was supposed to put more in and I didn't. Oh, here. Maybe? No, because that wouldn't have worked. Oh yeah, I see. I have completely messed up. Right. So we're fine with that bit. If you're watching in horror at why I'm suddenly dismantling a castle, it's because I've missed off 2 bricks. That's fine. But it's fine. So here's top tip for you. If you ever are trying to build a castle, if you're ever trying to build a set, and you're watching my stop motion videos thinking, oh, these are basically instructions that are live, and you're watching it at like 0.5 speed or something, here's a big tip. Don't follow me, because I probably miss bits out. I hide stuff, I pretend, I make stuff look like it's doing things where it doesn't. So yeah, don't ever follow my videos as instructions, because they are 99% of the time probably not. Right, how's that looking? I'm feeling really quite cool about this set. It is looking so good. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so now I'm going to drop the camera right down again. Where's my screen? Oh my god, my screen is now, I can't see it because so we're almost going to have, I'm going to turn that slightly. Got the lighting, haven't we? Let's get maybe a bit more lighting there. Get the angle up, get the camera down, get the angle up, get the camera down, because I want to get this more of a showing the scale of this castle. Alright, we still need that. Actually, I wonder if I should do this top view. Right, the market's over there. I'm just going to take my mic off for 1 second. Have a drink. So here we go. Last little bit for this bag. Now, is this going to work? I'm going to change my lighting slightly as well, because I don't feel like there's enough lighting here. Cool, so we're just going to delete that one. Move it over just slightly because I'm not quite happy with that frame. Yeah. And then the market can drop its way in like this. It's gonna do a rotation. A little rotation. And look, that's that gateway. Right, where's my other keyboard gone? Just make sure I'm not getting in the way of any lighting. Whoops. Lamb chop. What are you doing? Just checking that movement. And then I'm going to finish up for tonight with him standing there on top of the Forestman's secret hideout. Well, actually no, I'm not, because he won't stand there properly. Ah, sugar. Right. Lamb chop can go there. Mr. Farmer can go here for a minute. No, I might remove this piece because I haven't actually glued this set down. Not glued it, you know. Never stop motion when you're tired. Because it leads to stuff like this. Just have a quick look back at these. So what I'm trying to do here is just add some extra framage, add some interest to the video that will be a stop motion. Because it's going to be a build, it's not going to be the most interesting. But right, I've probably blinded you all, I've just realised with the extra lighting. But there we go, that was bag 13. We did miss some parts, we built in different orders, we've added two tiny, I'm not really going to properly class them as stop motion animations. We've also made a couple of mistakes, but yeah, it's been a good build, good back to this set, because like I said, I haven't touched this one for months, and it's not a lack of wanting to, because I've absolutely wanted to, it's just been a lack of, I've been trying to do everything else. So with that, I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to do another one hopefully in a few days, and I really want to get this set built in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, we're moving on to book 2, which will be, I believe, this big entrance tower next, and the nice cool trees and everything at the side, and the ramp, which everybody hates. So look out for that build. I'll also be doing the minifigures at some point, but all still to come, and I'm going to be releasing the bags probably every couple of days now, right up until the point where I get the last bag done, and then it will all be one big massive video, but you can see, you get little previews on the way. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. See you all next time, once I've worked out how to stop.